Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and today's Sunday, so typically I go over something different or maybe even sale. So today I am going over something in particular, which is a sale, but just on one something in particular, but I thought it's too good of an item to pass up, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump to it. All right, so speaking of that sale, what I want to go over here is a particular sale for PlayStation Now. This is the same type of service that you would get with like Game Pass or something like that. So very similar. So if you've been following my previous videos and the comparisons between PlayStation Now and Game Pass, there is a previous video I do advise to check out, because if you're not familiar with it, it definitely breaks that down in a more technical level and gives you those pros and cons for both. But for this in particular, I want to bring this to your attention now because today is March 28th and this deal is only good until March 29th. What is this deal? Well, it's for PlayStation Now, being for a 1-month subscription for $1 only. So it's typically $9.99, which I think is a really good deal, especially if you're going to be utilizing this service. But for $1, if you're on the fence about it, you don't know much about it, you might have some time coming up, I would say go ahead and get that today and try out all these games, because that is a really good deal. Now, you also, if you haven't tried this service before, you do get a week free trial if you haven't tried this service before, or if you haven't paid or utilized the service for a year. So two good opportunities there, but especially the $1. I would just implore you to do the $1 because you get the full 30 days. There's a ton of games on there. I'm sure most of you haven't tried. I know there's quite a few games on there I haven't tried and I try to get through. So I did up myself for a month subscription on that. And I've been having a lot of fun with it, just trying out some games I typically wouldn't. So without going into further detail for the subscription, you can unlock this via the PlayStation Store. So whether it's on the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, you can unlock this via PlayStation.com by signing in with an account, or create one if you have yet to do so. So this is good on the PlayStation systems as well as the PC. And so there's just a lot of options here. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Super good deal. So to kind of go over that, they did recently add 3 games. They try to add more than 3 games here and there behind the scenes and kind of throw those out, but they give 3 heavy hitters right off the bat. So for March, it's almost April, so we'll see some other games being added very soon within the next week, I think. So keep your eye out for that. But as of right now, they do have Infamous Second Son, which is a fantastic game. I know it's a bit older now, of course, but it's a fantastic game still. They also have Ace Combat as well, for another flight type of simulator, arcade action, has some good story, works very well with VR if you do have the opportunity to play it in VR as well. And then of course they have World War Z. So that's another game I was checking out. A lot of multiplayer versus co-op. There's a little bit of a campaign and everything like that. So three games right off the bat, really good AAA games that I think you should definitely check out. But there's another list of games here, so I'm just going to kind of briefly go over some of these games. You do get games like Super Hot, Detroit Become Human, Black Ops 3, Darksiders Genesis, WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which gameplay is okay, super arcadey, which is fine, but I do want to, for those trophy hunters out there, I was very amiss to go in there, look at a couple of the trophies I got and seeing what maybe I could climb towards for a PlayStation Platinum. There's no platinum. There's no platinum in the game. Super odd decision. But just for a quick fun, the game isn't too bad. The characters look super weird, of course, but the gameplay itself is okay, you know. So, but it's on PlayStation Now. Like I said, if you get that for $1, you're going to have access to a ton of games. So just to kind of go on and down the list here, you get games like The Crew 2, The Little Nightmares, the first one. You get stuff like A Boy and His Blob. Let's see if anything else is kind of sticking out off the top of my head here. It's kind of going, and there's so many games, and it has it in alphabetical order. You can also see this on PlayStation.com, or if you Google PlayStation Now games, it brings you to the site. You can see every single game here. So I implore you to also check those out. But you got things like Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year, basically all the Batmans, Arkham City, Arkham Origin. You get all the Battlefields, Battlefield 4, Hardline. I guess that wouldn't be all the Battlefields, but quite a bit. You get Bloodborne, of course. You get the BioShock remasters, every single one. We'll go through the C's here real quick just to kind of go over this. But you, of course, get games like Castlevania, Lords of Shadow 2, Crazy Taxi. We got, of course, Comic Zone, that old school one there. I'm just going to skip around here. There's so many to go over to. You can go back, play Mafia 2, Mafia 3. Others here, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance Ultimate Edition, which is a under-the-radar one. You do get Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriot. So if you are a huge Metal Gear fan, definitely try that out because that is a fantastic game that was a PlayStation 3 exclusive only. Hasn't been ported, hasn't been remastered, so definitely check that out. If you do have the ability to, by the way, as far as quality, I do advise that you download these games. Don't stream them if you can get away with it. If you have great internet, then you might get away with streaming. You're not going to see so much latency or anything like that. But if your internet is a little wonky at times or the speed's not up to par, you're gonna notice that. So I would suggest always downloading if you have the opportunity to do so. But kind of going over a few other ones, we do have like Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, Sigma 2, for those Ninja Gaiden fans. We got Nightmares from the Deep 2, The Siren's Call. But I'm not going to sit here and go over every single game and try to sell you on that in particular. But I do want to let you know that it is $1 just to go ahead and get this PlayStation Now subscription. Really good price if you have the time or just want to check it out. Like I said, if you're just kind of on the fence, like, I don't know, maybe $9.99 is asking a little too much for something I'm not 100% sure of, right? So $1 is really going to give you a good taste, and it's going to carry over through most of April. So you got the 3 games of World War Z, Ace Combat, as well as Infamous Second Son, which are the 3 big ones for March, on top of everything that it has, hundreds of games. So this is going to carry over to April, which should be announced really soon, within this next week, because we're at the end of March now, and typically they will announce what that will be. So I just want to bring that to everybody's attention. Let me know if you're on the fence about this. If you have any questions, like I said, definitely check out my previous video, the PlayStation Now versus Game Pass, pros and cons. Goes into that in a little bit more technical aspect of things and what you get, that bang for your buck. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I would like to hear your thoughts. I would like to see if this sways you in one way, shape, or form as far as you want to try that out for that price there. So I really like that. Whenever something like this comes up, I'll be doing my best to bring this to everybody's attention so you can just tend to take advantage of those deals and get that benefit for you. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and stop the video before I just start rambling on or something like that. So let's go ahead and chalk this one up as a great deal in the category of great deals because I think it truly is. So I took advantage of it. I've been going through a lot of games too. Every time I revisit PlayStation Now, I happen to find some new games that I missed even the previous time. And there's a big rotation, just like Game Pass. So that'll be that for this video. So thanks again for everybody's support. We saw a growing number of subscriptions as of late. So thank you so much. Check out the previous video for the BAFTA Awards if you haven't checked that out yet, because you get to see some of the winners that I get to point out and some thoughts and opinions on that. And then, of course, feel free to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, join the Discord. Everything's down in the description below as well. So feel free to do that. Would love to see the community grow in any way, shape, or form. And as always, thank you so much for everybody's support. Thank you for sticking around with me to the end of this video. And we'll see you guys and gals on the next Xvault gaming video. Take care.